we all, whether you're a man or woman, we have expectations. And before we even get to the expectations, you have to be attracted to them first and foremost, right? So that's the easy part. Women have these expectations, and I think their expectations are not realistic for who they are as the individual. Not all women, but we talking about this little thick little chocolate or red bone chick from the projects have no fucking common sense, but she is finer than a motherfucker. But she expect for her man to have 6 figures, nice car, nice crib, and she just piped up in the projects.
So when it comes down to what you just said, you mentioned expectations. We were just talking about roles in relationships and uh, a man and his will to provide. So if a woman does have an expectation that a man should be doing certain things, providing on a certain level, and that can get a little crazy because when you go into 6 figures, you look at black men who make 6 figures, you dealing with a smaller percentage, even when it comes to men in general, uh without even being black, white men who make over 100,000 a year, you dwindling down your prospects at that point.
Right.
Uh, so you got the female has to understand that as well. But when it comes down to it, if traditionally, if women expect or their expectation is that a man is providing at a certain point, how can we sit and say we expect certain things from like on a cooking and cleaning level, and then when it comes to a man's role, ours is a little bit different because it's monetarily, but it's still an expectation. Can we really just beat up on a woman for having a certain expectation?
Only thing a man really requires from a woman is companionship and somebody that loves him. Remember, I said a real man. Somebody that loves him just as much as he loves her. All these exceptions or expectations that some of these females, I'm gonna use that term, some of
Right.
these females use of what they looking for. I think Jizzle touched on this earlier. It's materialistic shit. If you can't go get it for your goddamn self, why are you expecting somebody else to do it for you, bum? Yeah, because that term bum is used towards a lot of men who are broke, but they busting their ass to get it. But they might not be living up to your expectations. Don't make him a fucking bum. It makes you a bum because you can't go get it your fucking self.
Effort has to be accounted for.
Most
The
definitely.
bottom line is different from the effort.
Right.
The bottom line and what it says on his W-2 doesn't reflect hustle.
Right.
If he hustled for that 50K, if he hustled for that 40K, 30K, then that has to be accounted for. And you gotta look as a woman, I think you just gotta look to see if that's doable.
Right.
If that's not doable, some women, they grew up a certain way, have certain expectations from, maybe her father was who knows what he did and how he provided and how she seen a man provide, and if it's not on the same level, if she can accept that, then that's that decision she has to make. But she can't down that man. She just needs to gracefully, hey, look, I know you've been doing your thing. I'm out here. I really, I just don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, do that, but don't run that man through the ringer like that.
When you brought up, she see her father and how he take care of her mother. And her mother has been nothing but a housewife, but that's acceptable to her father. If that's what she's seen all her life, and I want to play both sides of the fence. I want to be fair. Is it fair for a female who was brought up in a two-parent home who watched her mother be a housewife, and that's all she's done? Her responsibility was to take care of home, and that's what she did. And now this daughter feel like, shit, I don't have to fucking work. My dad took care of my mom. So her expectations for her man, her future partner, is the same thing, like you said. She's seen what her father did. So that's what she expects